What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerdlocker podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we got some things to talk about. First off, we want to thank everyone who participated in our March Madness bracket. For those of you that were paying attention, the big final battle was Thanos versus Yoda, and Yoda won by 1 vote.
I have to say, thankfully, because some of those other matchups, and obviously I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, Star Wars was getting its ass kicked. All the characters.
Well, Vader won, I think, the first round, but then Thor beat him.
Yeah, bullshit.
I don't know. I agree with that one. But
nobody defeated Vader but Vader.
Well, no, I think Thor would beat the shit out of Vader. Honestly, I thought Thanos would beat the shit out of Yoda.
Well, I think that the only problem that we had with Thanos, at least from my perspective, was Infinity Gauntlet or no Infinity Gauntlet. So if it was like no Infinity Gauntlet, yeah, Yoda's got this. Infinity Gauntlet, I think Yoda would whoop his ass.
We had some cool matchups. I think next year we might pick a theme, so it's a little more evenly matched, because there were some, I just wrote names down, drew them out of a hat, and there were some that it was like completely one-sided. Deadpool made it a lot further than I thought.
Right.
Everyone was voting for him.
It was definitely a popularity contest because I love Deadpool. I voted for Deadpool. There's no way Deadpool would have gotten that far.
No, I think it was Deadpool versus Hal Jordan, and I was like stoked for it to be Hal Jordan versus Thanos, and everybody voted for Deadpool. So
yeah, I don't think that matchup. I didn't vote for Deadpool on that one because Hal Jordan totally would have just. I could just see Deadpool being encapsulated, and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah, I was really hoping to see what people thought of Thanos versus Green Lantern, but.
Do you remember, Patrick, back in the day when it was Marvel versus DC in the Amalgam universe? I think it was Wolverine versus Lobo.
Yeah.
And there's no way Wolverine would beat Lobo.
No.
So they made this story where, if I remember correctly, they were in a bar and they were fighting, and all of a sudden they ended up behind the bar, and Wolverine just got up afterwards and was like, well, I won. And they didn't even show what happened.
Yeah, no, I remember that. They fall behind and you see his fist go up, and then he just gets up and orders a beer because he killed Lobo or whatever.
That's exactly what I thought a couple times with the Deadpool.
Honestly, I thought that Deadpool versus Lobo was a good one. I thought more people would vote for Lobo, but yeah, popularity contest.
Yeah, I think when Lobo gets his movie, that'll happen.
Hopefully Lobo gets his movie.
If anybody deserves a movie in the DC universe, it's him.
Yeah, that could be the DC Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. That could be, but I mean, the way Warner Brothers. I actually sat down and watched Justice League, and wow. The only thing I have to say though with Justice League is that unfortunately we didn't get.
Had you not watched it yet?
No, I refused.
Oh shit. Okay, well, thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts.
The only interesting, there was the two most interesting characters were, was Cyborg, was hands down to me the most interesting because he was the most conflicted and there was an actual story there, which wasn't explored at all.
Nope.
Obviously Wonder Woman was, Gal Gadot's perfect and always nails it. I think that relationship in the movie between Cyborg and Wonder Woman was actually really, really good and really, really well done. And lastly was Aquaman. I thought I think Jason Momoa, is that his last name? I forgot his last name.
Jason Momoa.
Momoa was perfect, but they just didn't give him enough. They were all characters that didn't get enough screen time and should have got more screen time. But it was just, slap this together. Let's hurry up and get this together because Avengers is just coming out, type of deal. And they screwed the pooch on Barry Allen. The kid that plays Barry Allen he was funny, but you get so accustomed to Barry Allen from the Flash, the TV series, that it's hard to make that disconnect. And he seems like way too awkward and way too. It was almost like New 52-esque type comedy. I don't know if that means anything. I remember during the beginning of New 52, or no, It wasn't New 52. Fuck. It was some storyline. The Shazam kids. Remember those? From
Yeah.
Flashpoint? Flashpoint,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, it's the Flashpoint Shazam kids. And I was like, really? Did we have to do this? And I was sitting there watching the same thing with the Barry Allen and Justice League. Like, do we have to do this? You know, it was a bit much. And then all the superhero poses. There was like a superhero pose after superhero pose after superhero pose, and you can totally tell that, you know, it was like a retread of 300 meets Watchmen, you know, which, you know, doesn't do well. They're good by themselves. Together, not so much.
Yeah, I felt Aquaman. It was like they teased him just enough that you were like, "What's this?" And then they just like got the fuck out of there.
Nah, yeah, or Cyborg with the relationship with his father, the conflicted being conflicted with having all this mother box technology in him and what to do with it, and then like he makes references to hearing voices and hearing other shit in his head. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds like that could be a problem. You know, there's some internal struggle there. Nah, we're not going to give you that.
Yeah.
And they just kept on going. So, ooh.
My biggest issue was how Hollywood some of the sets looked. Like the opening scene with Batman and the Parademon looked so.
Yeah.
Also, there was such a weird setup that he's like, "I'm gonna let this guy rob this place."
Right.
And he literally like grabs him, and then he's like, "Oh, cool. I guess I'll just let you go."
Right. They can smell fear.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what the fuck? Are you gonna arrest him, or he was stealing? Like a lot of shit. He was like, hell, he had a bag full of shit. That and the scene on the street with Cyborg and Wonder Woman just looked so phony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a total set, yeah.
I also think they kind of like didn't know how to end it either. So they were like, and...
This is the end.
Yeah. I was like, fucking what?
Jim, you gotta watch it now because we've both... It's on Redbox. PlayStation, I think, had it for 99 cents.
All right.
You can rent it off of PlayStation.
I know spending money on this sounds terrible, but you just gotta like bite the bullet and see if you can rent it for $3. How much is Redbox?
Redbox is $1.60 something.
That's worth it, Jim. That's all you should pay for that movie.
Well, that's what's funny. After I saw Dawn of Justice, after everybody had said how bad it was, I'm like, oh, this wasn't awful. It was all right. So maybe this will be like the same. Like, not the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's Suicide Squad bad, dude.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
No, I don't know, man. A Suicide Squad is its own kind of like...
I'm still mad I watched the Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad.
I remember when I was watching it in that one, I was just like, you've just made this an Academy Award-winning movie.
Yep.
And Croc looked so bad. How the fuck did you get an Academy Award for... Wasn't it like makeup?
Yeah, it was like makeup.
Get out of here with that. Did you watch to the credit scenes?
For Justice? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it.
Because that's also terrible.
That was also terrible.
Yeah, you gotta watch the whole thing, Jim.
Yeah, I'm right on that.
So, other superhero news, as far as concerning the Tom Hardy Venom movie, there's been some rumors for Carnage.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson is rumored to be being cast as Carnage, which, like, you guys know, I mean, we talked about this, like, even though he plays a good psychopath and a good villain as a whole, I'm sorry, I still see Sam Rockwell as Carnage. I see Green Mile, Sam Rockwell as Carnage. You know, nutty as a fruitcake, and like you just don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. And that was like perfect.
When you first said Sam Rockwell, I was like, well, I like him as an actor, but I don't see that. And then when you said Green Mile, I'm like, oh hell yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm way off. Yeah.
That's a really good fan cast.
But on the flip side, Woody Harrelson's got Natural Born Killers, which is pretty freaking crazy.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, I feel like Woody Harrelson's persona as an actor when he's on screen, it's a big. I mean, it's a big character. He's a big, it's not mousy.
Yeah.
As opposed to that transition from going back and forth, because like Carnage is scarier as Carnage, and Cassidy's like scary, psycho scary, but not like alien scary. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to describe it. Like I was watching War of the Planet of the Apes with Woody Harrelson plays the general. He's a bad motherfucker in that movie, dude. And you're like, yo, you don't want to fuck with this dude. When he steps on the scene and like steps into the scene, literally, your eye is automatically drawn to him. And just the way he plays his character, even in Natural Born Killers, he was the same way. You're like, oh shit, what is he gonna do? But you're fixated on Woody Harrelson and not the ancillary pieces to it. I think the transition from a mousy, scary person to, oh my God, I'm fearing for my life scary being is I don't know. There's more of a dynamic there. At least that's my feelings about it. And even when Sam Rockwell was playing in Green Mile, he had that kind of feeling where, yeah, you want to pay attention to what he's doing, but you want to pay attention because you're afraid he's going to slit your fucking throat. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't know what he was. Poor Mr. Bojangles. You just didn't know what was going to happen to him.
You made a good point when you said Green Mile. I'm like, oh hell yeah, totally forgot that was him.
I mean, I think either one is a good call.
Yeah,
they're both. I mean, but it's funny. I didn't think about anything until you said Sam Rockwell, and I'm like, oh my God, that'd be so perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's funny. Because I'm rewatching the Marvel movies and rewatching Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 stands out as, like, at least to me, one of the better ones. And Sam Rockwell's such a good part of that because he's a villain, but he's like he's not. You know what I mean? Like, he's a villain, but he's not like he just kind of sucks at it. Like,
yeah, exactly. He just kind of sucks at it.
Like, he wants to be better than Tony Stark, but Tony literally has like him every step of the way.
Right.
But he's so good at it. Like, he's so good at being that, like, I'm rich too.
Right.
Like, no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. Justin Hammer.
I love in that movie when he comes out, when Hammer comes out and gives his little expo speech, and it's so lame compared to what Tony did much earlier.
Right.
And you're like, wow, exactly what Brandon just said. It's like, yeah, you just don't have it, dude. Go away.
That's it.
But I mean, what are your guys' hopes for the Venom movie? Like, do you think it's going to be good? What do you think?
I'm trying to keep my expectations really low, even though I really like Tom Hardy as Venom. I'm just a little worried on the story and which like Venom are we going to get? I mean, is it going to be a total departure from the original storyline? And if so, how far off? I don't know. I know that it's dark, looks dark as fuck, but that's about it.
I don't think they're going to commit to a villain.
I don't think so. It's going to be an anti-hero.
I'm with Patrick on this. I've been feeling all along, just because Spider-Man isn't in this universe, so to speak, that it's Agent Venom.
There's a rumor Peter Parker's going to show up.
Really? I kind of hope not.
They've been rumoring it well, honestly, it might be the only thing that saves Venom. I don't know if you guys are reading Venom right now, but he's kind of like the New York, like, dark superhero right now, and it's honestly kind of lame. Like, and that's why it makes me think they're going to do that, is because they're preparing the comics to kind of like reflect that.
Right, to be that way.
Like a Punisher kind of thing?
Like, he's not killing, like, Eddie and the symbiote keep having like this back and forth of like, we can't kill, and like you can tell like the symbiote's all fucked up, which is annoying because it's like they just did this whole thing with Guardians and they fixed it and they made it, because it was broken and all this, and he was cool, and then they take it off of Flash, and now it's like Eddie, and it's like they're just super aggressive, and they're not killing people, but maybe they are. He's not sure. I don't know.
Right. I dug it when he was with Guardians, personally.
I thought it was great.
I mean, you got the origin story of the symbiotes and like the race and like what they're supposed to be versus what they are. And that's after he left Flash. That's when I stopped reading. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Well, I read that it was supposed to be like the stories they were taking for the movie was where he becomes like the protect. I guess there was a storyline where he decides to be like a hero, and then one where all these other people get infected with symbiotes. So, I guess we'll say. I mean, Tom Hardy's great. The only thing that kind of has me, well, he just directed it. He didn't write it, but Ruben Fleischer, he's directing it. Which I mean, he did Zombieland and a couple other movies like that. But I don't know. I just hope it's not as cheeky. I mean, I hope it is dark.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't really put directors in a box anymore. I think, after I watched Shape of Water, finally got around to that. And that was a great movie. And it was out of, Del Toro's normal comfort zone. I mean, it still had very, very much like Del Toro type stuff in it. I mean, did you guys watch it?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Okay, so there's one scene though that I kept thinking of Abe Sapien, over and over again. That was my only problem. Was like there was a couple of scenes where I'm like, what does Abe do? Oh wait, this is not Abe. This is not Abe. And I had to go bring myself back from Hellboy,
because it looks a lot like him.
Yeah, it looks just like him,
and it's still Doug Jones.
Yeah, so the mannerisms, the way he was moving, everything. I was like, it's Abe. It's a love story for Abe. He finally gets his princess, which they did refer to as a princess.
Yeah,
in the movie. So great movie though. Haven't seen it? Go rent it. Very good. I'm gonna say it. I don't think it was really Academy Award winning. Great, but it was good.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It was good. It was really, really good. But Academy Award winning.
So you're saying it's not of the caliber of Suicide Squad?
Oh no! Fuck. Yeah, you would have to bring that up. I completely and holistically withdraw my comments of earlier, because if Suicide Squad can win an Academy Award, anything is possible.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, Jim. Why are you bringing up old shit?
Love Jim.
Speaking of Academy Award winning directors, Mr. Peter Jackson, small Peter Jackson, not big Peter Jackson to be confused with Benicio, not Benicio, but Del Toro's cousin, Australian, New Zealand cousin, is getting a series on Amazon. This is. I mean, Amazon's got money to burn, apparently.
Yeah, clearly
have got a lot of money to burn, because it's suspected that this whole 5-season run, I think they gave them a 5-season run, could cost up to $1 billion.
Good God.
Absolutely insane for a series. I mean, a movie, even a trilogy, like what would Black Panther was $200 million to make?
Yeah.
I think that was the budget on that. And it made over $1 billion. A series, 5 seasons at 13 episodes, a piece. You're looking at easily, that's what, $250 million per.
200 million?
Yeah, 200 million.
It's a lot of zeros.
Yeah, 200 million. 200 million per season.
So are they just retelling what the movies were? Like going more in depth?
It's basically, it looks like it's going off of just like the J.R.R. Tolkien like trilogy itself. It's the whole mythology behind it. So it's stuff that the games are made out of. All the games that they made with the. So it's along those lines. There's side stories involving and encompassing the actual mythos of the Lord of the Rings itself. So it's like they're trying to capitalize on, like they say, a Game of Thrones type of series. So as a kid, you grew up reading J.R.R. Tolkien and like The Hobbit and stuff, and you don't really see a lot of fucking going on. So,
Nah.
you know what I'm saying? It feels dirty.
It feels like it feels late, to be honest. That's the first thing. Is it feels like way late. Like, no offense, those I still like those movies. I know they obviously have had a following for a very long time, but like, I just feel like that ship sailed with everything else. Like, especially, I don't know, and I don't have Amazon. Like, I don't have that. I haven't even got into any of that part of the streaming service, like with them, and it just sounds so odd that it's going to be on Amazon. I guess I don't know. I guess everybody's gaining steam, like, to me, because all I have is Hulu and Netflix. I'm like, these are the two that exist.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? So Hulu and Netflix are still are still the top players, and I actually went to Netflix's campus not too long ago, like last week. It's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Here, the one here in LA is like nuts. And these guys are setting the precedent for everything, but every studio is coming out with something. Every studio now has a streaming a service of some type. Okay. And I don't know how long they're going to be around. I don't know if it's really going to take off, but Amazon is like, I would say probably fourth out of the big.
I just looked up, and it says nearly half of U.S. households have Amazon Prime.
Wow. But do they watch it though? That's the thing.
Yeah. That's why they're sort of padding their numbers.
Yeah, because like that's how Amazon gets you. It's like, oh, over half the US have Amazon Prime. We have Amazon Prime. I still don't watch that shit.
Here's how many Prime members actually use its videos. Yeah, it's still saying, okay, it's 54. Da, da, da. Almost 1 in 5 don't bother.
There you go.
Okay, well, all right. For a second there, I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, old man Brandon sitting here talking like, in my day, we had Hulu and Netflix, and we were happy about it. And yeah, okay, 1 in 5. Wow, that's
horrible.
That's almost like they have the money to do it, and they don't give a shit. They're just going to be like, well, we have to do something with this money.
Yeah.
Because what's his name basically looks like a supervillain now.
Yeah, Bezos, yeah.
Totally. Oh, my fuck. Did you post that picture of him walking his robot dog?
Yeah, that was one. I was like, do we need any more proof that Jeff Bezos is a supervillain? He's like yoked. His arms are huge, bald head, sunglasses, walking a robot dog. It's like, what more do you need? All he's missing is like sharks with fucking lasers on their heads, and that's it. It was pretty ridiculous, and that was like, that was it for me. I was just like, nope, not watching this. I don't need to watch this. But yeah, the Peter Jackson play though, it was Amazon paid I want to say $250 million just for the rights, which is a lot, but I don't think it's a ton compared to what the movie has grossed and what the trilogy has grossed, what the books have grossed over time. I don't think it's a lot, but
oh no, it's a known entity. Like you're not starting from scratch.
Yeah. So that's that seems a little light, but well, hey, whatever. They had $250 million. They have $250 million. Let them burn it. There's I didn't even know there was a Warner Brothers streaming site that was that's streaming the Constantine animated series.
Yeah, the CW Seed. They do all the CW animated stuff. So it's like Vixen and a couple of the other like shows they haven't turned into live action yet.
Oh wow. I'm all for Constantine, so I like it.
If Lee, I think they said if Legend gets renewed, he's going to be a regular next season.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was a show that was cut way short in its prime.
Yeah, I like that they got the rights though, so they can use him because he's so good as Constantine too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it totally
Because
is.
NBC sucks.
Yeah, NBC. It was just
was that NBC or Fox?
It was
NBC.
NBC.
It was NBC.
Okay.
Because I
But
remember when they announced it, it was like, "Are you kidding me? There's no way they're going to let this ride."
yeah,
No,
they did.
fuck no.
Chance.
But
CW doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
well, see, that's the thing though. That the show got pitched back to CW, and CW didn't want to pick it up. That was the problem. Like,
Really?
yeah, that was
Yeah,
that.
but that was the same time they were just kind of getting their feet wet. They were getting, I think, weren't they getting Supergirl at that same time from CBS?
It
Yeah.
was no, it was before
Was that
Supergirl.
before?
Way before Supergirl. CBS still had Supergirl. The way it went was CBS Supergirl, NBC had Constantine, and WB had its regulars. And at the time, it was Flash was just starting out, and Green Arrow was on like season, I don't know, 2, 3 or some shit like that. And so they spread the wealth out. Both of them died on their other sister station, the other stations, and they kept Supergirl. I mean, they first Constantine went down. The producers tried to shop it. They shopped it everywhere too. They didn't just shop it at WB. I remember I had friends that were telling me like they were shopping it all over Hollywood, and nobody wanted to pick it up. And then Supergirl got dropped by CBS, and they picked it up automatically because it fit in that whole Justice League realm.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I still don't watch Supergirl.
Dude, I'm behind on everything. Like, I'm still, and now I'm like doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe rewatch. Like, but it's I don't know. I think it sucks because like I don't think the show sucks. I think the situation sucks because it's established in a different universe.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
and so it's automatically like it's kind of treated as like the outside entity until they do a crossover, and then it's like, I'm gonna come on over to this Earth, and it's like, well, just fucking do something. Like, just do something to put them all together. Like, it's comic books.
Yeah. We can put them all together.
You're not gonna lose ownership, or you're not gonna lose viewership because you now include the Flash in episodes. Like,
Right.
people are gonna dig that.
I still like it either way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they do good stuff. I really like the crossovers. I think Legends is getting really good, and because I think Legends has the most freedom. It's all like time travel, bullshit, and I think they literally go into it with the attitude of like, we can do whatever we want because it's all like time stream bullshit. So
Yeah.
let's do it.
So they can go anywhere, do anything, and be cool with it.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm all right with it.
Not too much. Oh, did you guys see Jim showed it to me, the Don Quixote trailer?
Yeah, I did.
What's
actually.
that?
What's that?
The long-awaited. Is this the third time he's tried to make it? Terry Gilliam?
I think it is.
Because the first time it was with Jeff Bridges, right? And he
Uh,
tried again was it Johnny Depp? Or no? He tried with Johnny Depp, and then I think he tried with Ewan McGregor.
yes, that's right. Because the first time they actually filmed, and that was the one that the documentary Lost in La Mancha was from.
Yes, that's the Johnny Depp one.
I think they tried Ewan McGregor. I don't remember who's supposed to be Don Quixote in that one. And then this one, Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Bridges does the narration for that one. That's why I thought, okay. For the documentary. But anyways, Terry Gilliam's got a new movie, guys.
A new old movie.
The new oldest movie he's made.
I know, right?
And it's funny because watching the trailer, which I don't even think the original ever got to a trailer point, but the trailer, the story looks just a little different than what I thought the original was going to be. And to me, it's much more compelling, like really interesting.
Yeah. Because I don't think there was ever like a clear, report on what it was going to be about because it kept getting canned.
Well, I'm just going from like watching the documentary, what you would think.
Oh yeah. Well, as far as this one, I mean, Adam Driver's great, and I think this is going to be like a cool, role for him, since everybody really just have seen him as Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I mean, the general public. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a fucking Terry Gilliam movie, so we don't know how many theaters it's even going to be released in. Like, I remember when what was it? Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. I'd fucking search for that, like, to fucking be in Vegas. But him and Jonathan Pryce is Don Quixote too. I mean, he's fucking great. And before he was the bad guy on Game of Thrones, I think it'll be cool to see him in this as well. So, and forget, like, he was in Brazil, so I mean, he's worked with Terry Gilliam before.
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. That.
Nice.
Yeah,
dude, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Well, yeah. Anything else you guys got?
We haven't talked. We haven't talked for a while, and I'm sure we'll have more stuff coming out. The end of this month is going to be an absolute.
I wanted to talk about Avengers and Infinity War, but I feel like that's going to really be like all we're talking about for the next 3 we end up doing. So, take a little breather here.
Yeah, exactly. I have a feeling that Infinity War is going to be. It's gonna consume my life for the next for the next week or so, and that's not only because of the fact that I want to go see it. I have a kid that wants to go see it, but I also have to deal with the piracy aspect of it all too.
Oh damn! Yeah,
dude. It's like I'm not looking forward to it. I am, but I'm not. So
you're gonna enjoy watching it, and then you're gonna fucking hate the next 2 months of it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. Next 2-3 months of it, it's just gonna be. I hate this movie, but damn, it was so good. But yeah, that's
basically with that. We are in a sprint through the summer, or at least May, with Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
Solo. I'm so excited for this summer, and it's been a while since I've been this excited.
Yeah, I remember. I think I said this last time, but I remember a year ago when we were talking about how lame the movies looked coming out, and now we've got so much shit to look forward to.
Yep. So the summer podcast will definitely be coming in hot and heavy, which was my stage name back in the day.
Hot and heavy. I thought your stage name was Malcolm Sex.
Malcolm Sex. It's awesome.
I feel like I'm going back. I'm going back to being a stripper.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going back. It's called.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for listening. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all at Nerdlocker and nerdlocker.com. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you soon, but until then, everybody have a nerdy week.